Joining us for a conversation is Shawn Khunkhun of Dolly Varden Silver. Mr. Khunkhun, thank you for joining us today, sir.
Maurice, grateful to be on.
It's a pleasure to be speaking with you today as Dolly Varden Silver has just announced some very significant news coming from the company's flagship Kitsault Valley Project located in British Columbia. Before we begin, Mr. Khunkhun, please introduce us to Dolly Varden Silver and the exciting opportunity the company presents to shareholders.
Okay, thanks, Maurice. So Dolly Varden is a very rare company amongst a very unique group of companies, and these are the pure high-grade silver companies. We've got a project located in northwest British Columbia in the Golden Triangle. This is a project where we have identified currently about 140 million ounces of high-grade silver. We are actively drilling. We've got $21 million in the bank. We've built a team of highly skilled and trained scientists, explorers, engineers. We're backed by shareholders like Hecla Mining and Eric Sprott. And we just put out some very, very, very significant drill results today.
Now, Dolly Varden Silver is currently embarked on a 30,000 meter drill program on the flagship Kitsault Valley. I know you want to get into the exciting press release details, but to truly appreciate the value proposition before us, can you briefly reacquaint us with the Kitsault Valley Project in terms of grade and tonnage among your peers, and share with us the goals on your current exploration program?
Okay, so this project has 7 deposits, and the 7 deposits are located along a 15-kilometer trend that we refer to as the Kitsault Valley Trend. The 4 deposits in the south, 2 of them are past producing historic mines, exceptionally high grade pure silver. So we're looking at, in the southern part of the property, 44 million ounces of silver at around 300 grams per ton. The production grades on one mine were 466 grams per ton, and on the other mine, over 1,100 grams per ton. So historically, the project was known as the richest silver mine in the British Empire, and the 3rd largest operating silver mine in Canada. So it's got a strong, rich history, but what makes it more compelling is it's surrounded by and set in the same host rocks as some of the biggest silver mines and the richest silver mines on the planet, like Eskay Creek, which produced 200 million ounces of silver at 2,200 grams per ton. Now, we've recently acquired 3 deposits in the north. Those deposits equate to 1 million ounces of gold and 19 million ounces of silver. So when we report on a silver equivalent basis, and it's 50% silver, 50% gold, it's 138 million ounces of silver equivalent. So these projects are exceptionally high grade. They're located in a safe mining jurisdiction, and there is this tremendous expansion potential in between the deposits because we've newly unified the land package. Our goals, Maurice, are twofold. Number one, it's to expand and grow the existing 7 deposits. And the second goal is to make brand new discoveries, particularly discoveries in that 5.5 kilometers in between the known deposits.
Now, speaking of expansion, Mr. Khunkhun, take us into the Golden Triangle of British Columbia and onto the Kitsault Valley Project near the historic Torbit mine, where Dolly Varden Silver has just announced one of the highest, widest drill holes to date. Sir, what can you share with us?
So we've got a past producing mine on the property called the Torbit mine. And the Torbit mine, historically, this is going back to the 1950s, produced just under 19 million ounces at just under 500 grams per ton. Just west of Torbit, and at Torbit, intact, we have 35 million ounces of 300 grams silver just at Torbit. So Torbit's the big mine on the property. It's one of 7 deposits. Just west of Torbit is a vein. That vein is called Kitsault. And what we did today is we stepped away from the vein, outside of the resource area, and we encountered 50 meters of 414 gram per ton silver. And what we're seeing here is the intensity. That is, the thickness and the grade is getting more strong, more intense at depth. Now, Maurice, the whole project, including this area, hasn't been drill tested below 350 meters. So, I always say the gold and silver did not fall from the sky. Some of the greatest mines on the planet, looking at South Africa, looking at Central Canada, looking at Australia, they're deep mines. They go down, kilometers, miles. We are within the first 350 meters from surface. These results today started at 230 meters and went down to about 280 meters. So again, we're just scratching the surface. All of our mineralization comes to surface. What's exciting about this, Maurice, it's outside of the resource area. So this is going to add to our mineral inventory. But the other breakthrough here is we've outlined a number of holes around this hit. We think we've got an intensity and a signature here that's bigger than Torbrit. And the drilling that we do around this could lead us into a discovery that's the biggest discovery on this project. So that's what's at stake here. But I go back to the fact that we already have a lot of silver and gold in the ground at exceptional grades in a safe mining jurisdiction. So, the company has already been subject to one hostile takeover in the past. And I think with the recent acquisition, with these results, and with more results to report here in the near future, this is becoming a very, very, very relevant project. And I should highlight here within this release, there were some really, really high grade numbers up to 3,000 gram per ton numbers in drilling.
I'm trying to let that sink in right now. This has the potential to possibly be bigger than the Torbit. that speaks volumes, sir.
And really, if you're a miner, you're very sensitive to costs. And so the fact that this is amenable to bulk mining is really, really, really significant. So, this is exactly what a miner wants to see. They want grade and they want thickness. And, our next step is to vector into where's the source of this? Where can we find more of this? Is this truly the richest part of this mineral system? And then I'll tell you, I have a lot of confidence, and we mentioned this in the press release today. We specifically mentioned Wolf and Homestake, two other parts of the project in addition to this one, which is Kitsault. And Maurice, I think Dolly this year has the potential to be a triple threat. And these are the three elements. These are the three areas where I think we're going to have a lot of success this season. There may be more. We just crossed over halfway through the drill program, and we've got a lot of results to report, and we're still drilling. We've got a lot of season ahead of us, and we're fully funded. We've got $21 million in the bank, and so we can take the risks. I can go to my technical team and say, these veins that we're following up on, we're not a small exploration company that is, sensitive to, we only have one shot at trying to find the extension. If we miss, let's see if it's higher in the system, lower in the system, if it's been moved around, and so that's a luxury that I'm really grateful for.
Speaking of results, sir, in terms of news flow, what can shareholders expect to receive, or when I should say, the next update?
That's a really good question. We've got a big drill program in front of us. We've done a significant amount of drilling. I would hope we're in a position where, every few weeks we're putting out more numbers. And so I would look forward into in and around Labor Day, as early September, as being in a position to. I'm hoping again. Some of this, Maurice, is dealing with assay labs and whatnot. So it's some of it's out of our control. But I would think that based on the amount of drilling we're doing, we should be in a position to report more in that time frame.
Switching gears, let's get into some numbers. Mr. Khunkhun, please provide us with the capital structure for Dolly Varden.
So, okay, we have 230 million shares issued outstanding. Now, over 50% of that is held by 3 shareholders. So, that brings us down to just over 100 million shares. And if we look at the whole package here, we've got 7 shareholders that own about 85% of the company. So it's a small float, and it's shareholders like Fury Gold Mines that own 33%, Hecla Mining that own 10%, Eric Sprott that owns 11%, and then there's the very well-known institutional investors like the Sprotts, like the U.S. Globals, and like so many other, too many to name at this point.
And full disclosure, sir, you know this, and I'm proud to admit this, that every month I add to my position. So if you are considering the merits of an exceptional company, here's one for you, Dolly Varden Silver. Sir, in closing, what would you like to say to shareholders?
I would like to say that we are at a historic moment in terms of whether it comes to finance, where it comes to all aspects of life, wellness and everything, and that goes along with that. And this is an opportunity right now where historically commodity stocks, specifically precious metals companies, have never been offering more value relative to commodity prices. And I'll tell you, I've intimately gotten to know the gold and silver business over the last 20 years, and I feel very, very confident that A, prices are going higher, and B, this is a company that is finding more. And I'll just leave you with this one idea. When I took over as CEO of Dolly Varden, we were valued at $20 million. And 2 things have happened. We have found and brought in more mineral inventory. We have a lot more silver and gold in the ground than we did 2 years ago, but also the way the market's valuing these ounces is 100% higher than where it was when I took over this company. So the in situ value, the enterprise value per ounce, has gone from 40 cents a silver ounce to 80 cents. In a bull market, these ounces will trade at $3.30. So we've got a long way to go. Silver companies could go up by 400%. And companies that are growing their mineral inventory, like Dolly Varden, are going to really perform. And it's a reason why our stock has gone up. It's a reason why the market cap has grown significantly. But we're just getting started.
Last question, sir. What did I forget to ask?
Maurice, you didn't forget to ask anything. You got it all. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Khunkhun, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Wishing you and Dolly Varden Silver the absolute best, sir.
Thank you very much.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.